Can I first and foremost, to Marcus, thank you for allowing us to present today. We're really the new kids on the block. I'm very briefly going to introduce you, and hopefully rather succinctly, to a very exciting company called Liquidline. And for its sins, unfortunately, Marcus or Marcel, it generates urine, it doesn't capture it, because it's a coffee company and a hydration company. But I want to also explain how it interfaces with what I term green issues. I've adapted an article I wrote for the Evening Standard quite recently into the presentation. I act as a permanent consultant with an economist academia background for the brand, for the founder and the owner, advising the management team as to the growth of this company. Any economists in the room, incidentally, this company on the Boston Matrix is a rising star. It's got rapid growth because it's got fantastic solutions in the marketplace. The market brand, I'd like to make a statement actually, coffee and hydration has long played an important role socially and arguably has never been more central in the workplace than today. So a lot of people in the room are saying, so big deal, what does that mean? The market brand of Liquidline may be best known in the business environment today for its innovative, fully automatic bean-to-cup coffee machines. These are sophisticated pieces of kit, and dare I bore you with the statement, Swiss-German engineering, where at the press of a button you get an incredible product, but I'll expand. Also known obviously for its roasted beans that they then put into the machines. There is little doubt that the brand has built a successful, vibrant business since its inception. And interestingly enough, its inception it was a water company. It literally had a very clever founder who went over to France with a rented van and brought back remanufactured, plumbed-in water machines and started putting them into the marketplace. And then from there, naturally gravitated into the coffee business. The company had its inception in 2003. The business model, in a nutshell, and this is me talking for them, is driven by both the desire for market growth and the dreaded thing called EBITDA. For any uninitiated financiers, that's a very posh word from accountants for profit. But also, and this is the message I must get across, also is the need to play a key role in the wider environmental and at work context. So I'm hoping to show you a few examples of where a coffee company, hydration company, actually utilizes green messages in its solutions it provides to its clients. The move for Liquidline towards coffee coincided, incidentally, with this rapid growth of popularity of coffee in the UK in general. Coffee shops have grown, as you will all know, at quite a pace, and during the early 2000s is where we've had this huge growth. And today, we would arguably state to the market that it's probably in its third generation. In fact, talking to an academic at the Bank of England only last week, he said you might be actually in your fourth generation. This is the evolution of this whole thing called coffee. Liquidline today leads with innovative, fully automatic, bean-to-cup, dare I say it, Swiss-German engineered equipment using predominantly fresh milk. And this is another key message. What these machines do is they deliver the identical high quality of the high street into the workplace. So in other words, the high street is enabled by the employer to offer his employees literally in the workplace. Today, Liquidline fundamentally believes that coffee and hydration plays an important role within all workplaces, education at all levels, and many, many other organizations. Our market approach is we do not embark upon just selling a metal box. We do something more clever. Probably one of our closest allies is a company called Billy, and we have brought Billy equipment on our stand for you to have a look at. And I encourage you to come to our stand and have a look. And basically, it's a hot water unit system that has incredible green credentials. In a sentence, it captures the heat from the chilling process and sends it to the heating process, thus commencing the heating for the hot water ahead of the game, but using existing energy it's captured. And lots of other exciting initiatives. So that's one of our partners. Another one is a company called Borg & Overstrom. And quite literally, it is floor standing, plumbed in water machines that deliver potable, chilled, obviously filtered water. Because we're talking about the delivery of hydration into the workplace or wherever. And I'm very proud to tell you that only recently, Russell, my colleague sitting next to me there, we put all the hydration systems into the Wembley Stadium. And I'm very proud to tell you, we even have the inverted water bottle systems in those areas where there's no plumbing. So again, we achieved a solution to a need on these particular clients. Going back to a point I'd like to make, our market approach is not selling metal boxes. When I first arrived at Liquidline, it was about flogging boxes. I said, no. What we are people, and there are very good companies in this room who probably follow this identical principles. It's called needs analysis. We engage with our clients and we endeavour to understand their needs. And when we understand their needs, we then deliver up appropriate equipment to actually meet the needs. And then we support that, obviously with something called professional technical services. That's a polite word for engineers, the little darlings, because I have to manage a lot of them. But on a serious note, the support service is very important in our industry, because when a coffee machine goes down at 8 o'clock in the morning at HSBC, you can imagine what it's like, as Mary Hell's play. We need to make sure that we can support the service. Now, one of the points I want to make, and that's why I got quite excited when Marcus invited me, and it's probably a lot to do with my one of my soapboxes is environment, and I do sit on a couple of committees now for environment initiatives in the city. When the chaps and chapesses, I call them, go and meet clients and do needs analysis, I would actually tell this audience that 95% of the time, those clients always have needs to do with green issues. So in our solutions, we have to be very conscious of making sure that the coffee apparatus or the water apparatus or the whatever apparatus actually can meet those needs. Because invariably, and particularly in London, clients are under huge pressures today, as we all know, to achieve proof of recycling management, proof of water consumption management, which we've heard most of the morning about, and I really have enjoyed listening to that, and also managed and transparent dealing with waste. And of course, coffee machines attract paper cups, coffee machines consume water, coffee machines consume energy, and coffee machines deliver grounds. That's the end product when you make an espresso shot. So we needed to make sure that we're conscious of all these. And so I'd just like to just show you some of the initiatives we're doing currently that are being enjoyed. One is a company called Biobean. It started life with a grant from the dreaded Boris Johnson, or the delightful Boris Johnson, for those on the other side of the camp. But on a serious note, it's a company that literally captures the coffee grounds, collects them in the city, and takes them to a manufacturing plant, and turns them into a recycled biofuel product called logs. And these very logs, if Russell doesn't mind picking up that bag of coffee there, these logs are used in the roasting plants in the west of England to actually roast and produce this particular product called Ecosummit. Thank you. So my point being is there's actually a complete loop there. So we're capturing the grounds, they're turning them into logs, they're roasting the next set of beans for us to use. Probably of interest to some people in the audience is naturally ensuring that we deliver an eco-product finished article. So that's, again, showing you where we're trying to meet the needs of our clients in London. Just for your interest, I've got about north of about 2,700 clients in London and the West End who have either bought equipment, are buying equipment, take our technical services, or indeed are buying hydration equipment. We're represented in the UK, but obviously I'm biased to London because that's the team I work with. Another initiative is obviously sustainable. And someone made a statement earlier on, and I found it quite interesting because it is the youth of today, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the youth of today that's actually tasking people like me, a very young 62-year-old, to actually answer this question. What am I doing? It's interesting because I said to my son the he's 30, unfortunately I educated him at the highest level and put him through one of the public schools in London, but he comes out with all these questions, and I had to say to him, I said, Jason, Your grandmother's generation and my generation have created the planet problem. Your generation is going to have to cure it. So no more questions. But on a serious note, they look for this in the new young generation today. What are we doing about trying to do the right thing? In conclusion, and with no apology, I will confirm to my esteemed audience that we at Liquidline, the brand, want and plan to play an important and meaningful role within the market of delivering robust, I love that word robust, hot beverage, coffee machines, and hydration solutions, tap and plumbed water, into the workplace and indeed into the retail market. It's a business approach that aims to deliver genuine value. I've encouraged the founder and the owner of the company, the MD, Kevin Pooley, it's about genuine value. And as a business today, to us today, it's not just about being a profit silo. It's actually more than that. It's the genuine desire to contribute to society, hence our passion to work with industry and the likes of some of the people I've shown you, and find new solutions. We need to find solutions that produce productivity, coupled, and this is another soapbox of mine, coupled with employee happiness and welfare at work. It's very interesting that what is coming up on the radar now, alongside Planet, and I've noticed it in a lot of the work I do with Evening Standard, is this question about welfare at work. And we genuinely feel, the likes of Russell and I and the rest of the team of Liquidline, that what we have as a solution to many of the needs contributes to the welfare at work. Because we are effectively enabling an employer to bring from the high street, but into his own facility, the means at the press of a button for his staff or her staff to get the same quality in terms of a coffee menu. And incidentally, if you want to see the proof of the pudding, the team is going to be at the back there, and we've got one of the large shearer machines, and I think some of the people have today been enjoying the product, and it will literally try it and see proofs in the pudding. I'd like to just offer another note as I go, if I can. Marcus often says, as an academic, I might be spotting something else. I actually want to mention something. I learned it from an academia thing I attended last week. Another note aside for all industries in the room. This is how I wrote it on the train. On the horizon of the labour workforce, we are reliably told that the UK labour force will be in short availability. We are not talking skilled labour, but the common denominator of actual people to fill positions to be trained into skilled labour. We actually have a demographics labour problem on the horizon. So I'm not wanting to add to doom and gloom. It's literally, as someone again this morning said, and there have been so many excellent speakers this morning, this room is full of people who have come together today like me to listen to other people and then work out where we can help find solutions to these challenges, be it environment, be it welfare at work, or in the middle, I'm actually mentioning to people there's going to be a workforce question coming up in this country. Incidentally, not just because of Brexit, there are lots of dynamics to this. So another time. So in closing, business is a challenging environment for us all. So our attitude at Liquidline is working together with some of the very good people in this room today to bring better support and meaningful solutions to our customers. Because what I love about Liquidline is the one thing I didn't put into Liquidline, and it very much came from the managing director, is endlessly looking for innovation. I think Robert was talking about it. The minute you stop, he said, I think he used it with that beautiful Swiss accent, he said, you die. He's right. You have to keep looking for the next solution. This is an innovation that tries to capture the less use of plastic, and I'm delighted to tell you, any contractors in the room, I apologise, but I find you such difficult people to engage with. Yeah. But on this occasion, we persuaded Compass to participate in this product, and I'm really pleased. My parting note, probably to Marcus and Marcel and others in the similar industry, is you keep capturing the urine, and I'll keep making it available. But can I thank you most sincerely for your time? Thank you.